Ladies and gentlemen, the situation is serious. The situation is very serious. America and Israel have decided to downplay Iran, but Iran's allies are on alert. Russia and China have started a joint military exercise on Iranian soil, an unprecedented exercise, a military drill that is causing panic in the West, that is causing panic in Israel. Analysts are asking, what are these three powers preparing? What kind of support do they want to provide to Iran? Yes, they are so surprised. Such exercises have almost never existed before. But lately, the growing tensions between Western powers and the powers of the global South, especially the relentless pressure on Iran, have pushed Iran's allies to come out of their reserve and demonstrate their cooperation and interoperability, their cooperation, I should say, with Iran. As part of their ongoing and significant cooperation with Iran, these two major global powers have decided to pull their considerable military forces together to thoroughly test their operational interoperability and overall readiness. Lately, that's the buzzword in international geopolitics. When we say interoperability, it means compatibility in combat. How can we fight together? That's it. And why do armies decide to fight together, to learn to combine their military strategies? It's because they have a single goal: to take out the enemy. Because at the rate things are going, the conflict that will break out between Iran, Israel, and the United States of America is likely to take on a global dimension. It could turn into a war of attrition. And so Iran's allies need to be ready, to be capable, to be prepared, to be operational for Russian and Chinese soldiers to be able to operate on the battlefield alongside Iranian forces. And to do that, joint exercises must be conducted. That's why this unprecedented joint exercise, let's say, almost a first world, there you have it. A rare exercise, the first of its kind, has taken place. So, what is this exercise about? It's a sniper competition. You heard that right. A sniper competition. So, is this joint military exercise between these three nations that we will be discussing in this video conference? But before we continue, I humbly ask you to share this video conference as much as possible. Give it lots of likes. There you go. Share the video conference in every group you can. The situation is starting to become very serious. So, Iran, Russia, and China are holding a sniper competition that highlights their increased military cooperation. And what does that look like in practice? The strengthening of defense ties and strategic objectives. The recent organization of a joint sniper competition on Iranian soil between Iran, Russia, and China highlights the intensification of military cooperation among these three nations. This is far from just a sporting event. This initiative is a concrete demonstration of interoperability and shared capabilities between their armed forces. So it's a show of force that these three countries are engaging in. It's also meant to deter the enemy, to deter Israel, to deter the United States of America. So it should be noted that even before this competition, this military exercise, there was a series of joint military drills and exchanges, notably naval maneuvers and counterterrorism exercises, which have multiplied over the past year. The goal is to strengthen regional security and to project a combined influence. But the level they are reaching now has never been achieved before. So, what could be the regional implications of this joint military exercise? It should be noted that, first of all, this demonstrates an extremely strategic partnership between these three countries. And that in itself is already frightening. A strategic partnership. So, for Russia, China, and Iran. For Russia and China, Iran is a strategic partner, a key player in the region, since Iran provides access to important communication routes and the ability to extend their influence. But for Iran, these partnerships are a way to gain support in the face of international pressure, especially American sanctions, and to modernize its defense capabilities. So, it's a win-win situation. China and Russia gain influence and manage to access communication routes. But Iran gains international support of face. First of all, the pressure of international economic sanctions, but above all, to confront the threats of military strikes from the United States of America and Israel. It's a geopolitical message. Organizing such an event sends a very strong signal. That's it. And these three powers are determined to present a united front. That's the message here. These three powers are determined to present a united front and to strengthen their alliance in the face of current challenges. So here's what this implies. Now, on the side of the United States of America, they had started. I think it will end on the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. They are in Australia conducting military exercises. Japan, Australia, and I don't know which other country. They are carrying out simulations for strikes against China, against Russia. Meanwhile, the other bloc is also conducting exercises. The situation is becoming very complicated. Global geopolitics is taking a new turn. We risk finding ourselves once again facing a lightning conflict between Iran and its opponents. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that was the top international news. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. I'll be back with more information shortly. That was the voice of your one and only samurai.